So if you want to get that perfect selfie of New York, best place to do it is up high. I'm at One Vanderbilt and I'm going to be checking out something that is probably one of New York's best immersive experiences. It's very trippy, there's a lot of mirrors in there, and it's also very bright. I've got to wear sunglasses and also have something protective on my feet. It's right near Grand Central Station and it's definitely worth a visit. Let's go check it out. So I have to wear these protective slippers because this is all made out of glass. Yikes. That is trippy. It's not quite like Instagram. Look at the view you get of the Empire State Building and Lower Manhattan. I didn't fully understand what the sunglasses were all about, but now I understand because it is super bright up here. So there are 3 floors. This is the first. Let's go and check out the other 2. Ooh, some artwork. By the way, you see that building over there? We'll be going over there in just a minute. That is the highest outside observation tower in the Western Hemisphere. So you may have seen this on Instagram. Look at the balloons. I don't know why I've got my glasses on. I should take them off to enjoy it. Mental. Whoa. This is so trippy. They're just like constantly moving. The wind's blowing them. There's these fans. That's what's going on. Okay, let's go up to the 3rd and the final floor. Wow, look at that, the Chrysler Building from here. I tell you what, I'm so glad that it's clear and sunny. Best time to come up here and experience this. Wow. 3, 2, 1, nice, one more here. This is pretty good. From up here, you can see quite clearly, just over there, that's Central Park. Forget just how big Central Park is. I mean, it's crazy. So coming up to the final floor, which is where the bar is. So you can come up here and get yourself a drink. Take in the views, the bar just here, but also there's a little mini terrace. Just when you thought the views couldn't get any better, you come up here and then you realise they are amazing. Again, what an amazing view. You can see the building we were just in, One Vanderbilt. So this is the highest observation deck in Western Europe. And also from here, you get a good shot of the Statue of Liberty. And the Hudson River, just over there. You can see One World Trade Center there, it's in a bit of a glare. But you can actually see the island of Manhattan. I like how the glass leans that way a little bit. And of course we've got to check out the glass floor. People walking on it. No, they're not. Let's take a seat up here and enjoy the view. And no trip to New York would be complete without coming into the romantic Grand Central Station, even if you're not travelling through here. You can see those stars in the ceiling. Morning. So the best way to get around the city, in my experience, which is actually quite cheap, depending on the weather of course, is getting one of these bikes. You can spend $19 for a day pass, so you can use these bikes as and when you want to. And it's like perfect to just go and sightsee early in the morning. If you're like me and you've got a little bit of jet lag, it's the perfect time to go and explore New York City. Let's go for a bike ride. It is currently 6:30 in the morning. Here I am in Times Square before the crowds. So I'm just by the Hudson River at the minute. It's a great bikeway. It's got its own little road for bikes all the way down here on the Hudson River. Look at that. There's one World Trade Center this morning in the early morning sunshine. The traffic in New York obviously is going to be pretty bad. So yeah, I've been getting around on this bike. There's bike paths everywhere. They shouldn't have parked there because my light's green. And you can actually get up and down New York streets pretty quick, especially with an electric bike anyway. Wow, I don't know what they've put down on the road, but it really does smell. Red light. The only thing that's not good is there's nowhere to put your phone really. It's a shame there's no thing on here to put your phone, because it'd be handy. It's a great way to see some of the sights. The New York Times building there. But right now, I'm off to see a famous Christmas tree that has just gone up in New York. These bikes are not built for suspension though. We're just coming past Times Square. I'll have a walk down there a little bit later on. I also started there this morning. And then when you're finished, just say you're done. I think it's somewhere around here. Well, it is here, but it's behind the scaffolding because they've literally just put the tree in and now they have to decorate it. So, yeah, I'll see if I can have a look at it from the other side. Quite funny, isn't it? On the pictures, it always looks really big, but this ice skating rink is pretty small compared to the one which I'm going to be going to in just a moment. There you go, look. We can see parts of the Christmas tree now. Have you ever seen a Christmas tree with scaffolding? That's what it takes to put up the decorations. They've chopped off loads. Imagine seeing this going through the streets of New York. That is a pretty big tree. Apparently I've got to try one of these. Hiya, can I get one of those Symphony hot chocolates, please?
Just one?
Just one, please, thanks. Thank you. And there it is. Apparently these hot chocolates are really nice, and that's a chocolate snowflake on top. That's nice. Let's eat the chocolate. Yeah, nice hot chocolate. Not sure it's worth $12 though. Now in London at Christmas, Christian Dior has some pretty special festive lights. But look at this here in New York on the side of the building. See, just on front of Saks Fifth Avenue, which is where we're currently standing. All the nice shops are up here. This is the thing about New York, be prepared for a lot of people. It's amazing to see this beautiful church in the middle of all these skyscrapers. Just outside of the Today Show, where all the gear's going in. The studio there. If you've ever seen the studio with New York in the background, this is where they sit. It's like the whole of New York is getting ready for Christmas now. Decorations going up everywhere. So there is a famous toy shop in New York which has appeared in lots of different movies, and a rather famous piano that you can walk on and play. Whether or not that's still there, I don't know. But should we go and search for this toy shop? It's where they filmed The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon over there. And in front of us is the world famous Radio City Music Hall.
The gloves are distracting you.
Got their tree up already.
Alright.
So this toy shop, I believe, is down here on the left. See the Rockettes this Christmas. Ah, that would be an amazing experience. I'm sure someone will tell me, right, but in New York you see a lot of the vents, a lot of steam coming out of vents in the floor, and it's always quite warm. I was up very early this morning and I saw it all on Times Square. I'm sure someone will tell me the reason why that is. Another observation tower just here called Top of the Rock. It's not as high as the others, but it's still pretty good. And we've found it.
Hi, you found it.
Hi.
2.5 floors of fun.
Looking forward to it.
We all
Enjoy.
three got red jackets on. Look at that.
I know, I can stand here with you,
Hi,
couldn't I?
friend. Welcome.
It's like being a kid again. Seeing all the toys. What the heck? It is just like you can imagine. Who's flying that? It's a random jet fighter flying around. Wow, that was clever.
Step right up to feel the magic snow, my friends.
Magic
Feel
snow.
the magic snow. Hold out your hand.
Wow.
Feel the magic snow. It will give your heart a happy glow. Check this out. This is non-toxic. It's biodegradable. And in
Look at
2
that.
weeks, it will go back to the magic snow powder that it once was. You can use this for many things. You can use it for massage therapy. I have one at home. I massage my feet inside of it at night.
Feels good.
This is not the one with the feet. I promise.
There's a whole bit for Barbie. This is what you call one big teddy bear. How much is that? Battery's not included. Imagine buying that for Casper. Do you think he would like it? I think it'd probably scare him a little bit. That's probably more his size down here. I think I can see it. It's still here. So I'm about to take my shoes off, and here is the famous piano. I've seen this in so many movies, and everyone's kind of watching me. I should do probably a rendition of my favourite. I'm pretending to play something.
It starts just with a spin and it follows you. So you can go to the right, to the left, up, down, around, like
It's a magic flying saucer.
no battery.
So many grown-ups will come in here with their children and they will probably have as much fun, if not more fun, than their kids. You can even buy a little mini version of that piano. That is one cool Iron Man figure. Look at that. So many sweets. While in New York, a gummy pizza, or how about a blimey gummy watermelon? That thing's huge. And a giant gummy worm. Wow, how on earth can you get your mouth around that? Seriously, it's like the happiest place on earth in there, and you go right back to being a kid again. So if you've never been to New York and you've seen the movies, TV shows, you will see people hailing down cabs and whistling and shouting taxi. Do you know what I've heard? No one do that at all. I wonder if it'll actually work if I do it. I don't need a cab right now, so I'm not going to. But even though New York is as big as it is, when you're actually on the island of Manhattan, a lot of the places that you might want to go and see are quite close together. So I'm in New York, and obviously I've got to try a slice of pizza. And apparently this little place here does quite a good slice. Let's go check it out. Little Italy Pizza, the world's best pizza. Don't they all say that? This place was so busy when I came in here last night. There was a queue. Look at the size of the pizzas. All freshly cooked.
Yes, sir.
Can I go for a pepperoni, please? Just one slice. Thank you. Smells amazing. My mouth around this. Don't want to over exaggerate, but this is probably the best pizza I've ever had. That tastes so good. What's not good is they put some tables right by the dumpsters. So let's check out Times Square at night, because obviously it's the best time to visit Times Square with all the pretty lights, but it is also ridiculously busy. And although it's not the healthiest food in the world, New York street food is pretty good. Those corn dogs. Hiya. And hot dogs going on. We're in the heart of Times Square right now, and I don't know whether you can see that, but that's the New Year's Eve ball that drops here in Times Square. Actually getting it ready for New Year's Eve already. You'll see these people wanted to take your photo, right? And they reckon it's free, but then once they've taken your photo, they'll charge you for it. See all these guys walking around? They will ask you if you want a photo and charge you a ridiculous price. They ruin the illusion though when they walk around with it off their heads. There's Elmo. It's King Kong. Is he heading towards the Empire State Building? 10 years ago you would have come here and all these screens would have been, and signs would have been old school, but all now digital. You just don't know where to look next, really.
Here we go, New York City, don't break!
I'll tell you what, the street entertainers do get a crowd. Even the Grinch is here. You need to put your there you go. No, I'm okay, I'm alright. Sorry. Oh, Spider-Man's everywhere. You'll also see monks walking around. I know it sounds strange, and they've got these beads and they'll try and put it on your arm. They'll say it's free, and then when they put it on your arm, they'll want money. So you've got to be careful about the people dressed in Elmo that will say the photos are free, but then they'll demand money. These things are everywhere. There's like 3 or 4 down there. And obviously they're like selfie thingamabobs, but you got to watch out you don't get knocked over by them. No one does seem to be going on them though. So a little bit up from Times Square, we've got Broadway, and there seems to be quite a lot of action down here tonight. No idea what that is. Here's the red carpet.
If I don't do it.
Yeah, no, I'm good to go.
I'm trying to see if I can see anybody famous, but I can't say I recognise anybody in particular. All these people in tuxedos are actually waiting to go on the red carpet. I feel so underdressed and out of place. Sorry. It's one of those things though, isn't it, where people attract people. So if there's a large gathering of people looking at something, more people will then go and look. So yes, whether it was anybody famous, I don't know. Probably see a little bit better there. The ball is actually lit up already. So they put it right to the top, and then as New Year counts down, the ball drops and ascends down. And literally, if you're standing in Times Square, there's confetti raining down, and apparently it's a pretty cool place to be on New Year's Eve. I peeked too soon. Look at the queue for Joe's Pizza. This is the queue for a pizza place. Crazy. And it's one of the most recognisable buildings on the planet, and I thought it'd be great to go up here at night. Let's head into the Empire State Building. So I stupidly booked tickets to skip the queue. Bit of a waste of time. I thought it'd be busy. Not tonight. Doesn't seem to be anyway. Look at that. So they will sell you a photo, or try and sell you a photo. Thank you. Little bit of a mini museum before you go up. Bit of history. Ah, look at that. Amazing seeing some of the old photos of how they built the Empire State Building. Health and safety weren't a thing back then. Opened in 1931 on the 1st of May. What's this about? Lifts? All the movies that it's been featured in the past. What are the most famous? The movies that it's been featured in the past. Elf, Sleepless in Seattle. Look at that King Kong looking for the window. And then there's the famous people that have graced its lookout. Rowan Atkinson, Kylie Jenner, Elizabeth Hurley, even David Beckham.
Right this way, folks. To your right. Sir, you stay right there. I'm going to send you up.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so good night, everybody. Well, your first stop and your first view.
Thank you.
And I'm going to take you to the 86 with the outside that view. Rejoin.
I'm the only one in the lift.
Welcome to the world's most famous building, and you get to see it built. Keep your arms and legs inside and keep your eyes open. See those hot rivets fly through the air? Nice catch, Lou! Get those planks out of the way, huh? Hey, Bucky, you gonna ride that thing all day? Do something useful, will you? Coming up to the 80th floor. You're headed to the top of the Empire State Building right here in the heart of New York City.
Oh, this way. I can feel the breeze. Thank you very much. Wow, it's nice they've got heaters up here. The Look at that for a view. I went up the other observation towers during the day because, let's face it, this was actually the money shot. So being up here, you can't see the Empire State Building because you're on it. Let's just walk to the very front. And amazingly, you don't actually have to pay for these. You can actually use these for free. So just over there is One World Trade Center. There's the Hudson, Times Square down there. The Rockefeller Center with the ice skating rink. What a view though at night. Definitely worth coming up here. Morning, so I'm about to go and see the Statue of Liberty. See, before I do that, I'm in Junior's to go and get some breakfast. Starting off with the most important drink of the day, nice coffee. Obviously I could have sat in a booth, but I wanted to get the whole diner vibe kind of thing going on, so it's great that you can sit at the bar. So last time when I was in America, I wanted to try grits, but what I actually tried was corned beef hash. Anyway, I've now got grits. I'm going to try them for the first time. It looks a bit gross. If you're from England, it reminds me of semolina or a porridge. So we're on board the boat, and it goes without saying that you've got to go right to the top to get some great views of New York City. So let's go right up here. Wow, it is really shaking. Don't know whether the camera picks this up, but this is shaking please, big time.
Welcome aboard the Statue of Liberty 5.
And we're off. First stop is going to be over there at Liberty Island. There she is. So we're going to make a stop here at Liberty Island, take a look at the Statue of Liberty, and then we'll cross over to that island. She's actually so much smaller in real life than you think. Quite amazing really that she's actually made out of copper, and apparently it's two-piece sizes thickness, so although inside is steel, she's actually shrouded in copper. So when she was first actually built, she would have looked a lot different to this. The reason why she looks that colour is because of oxidization, if you learnt that in school. And the torch that she's actually holding is not the original torch, that's actually in a museum just over there, which we'll go and take a look at. So Lower Manhattan just over there, looking over towards Brooklyn, and that suspension bridge, which is apparently the longest suspension bridge in America, that's the kind of entrance point to where all the immigrants first came into America. Apparently this mouth of the river is filled with oysters. So this is free to enter. So you can learn all about the history. Obviously it was built by the French. And this just goes to show how big the torch actually is. It's not as big as you might think. So this was the original torch that was, I believe, taken down in the 80s. And this is a replica of the face in real size, and you aren't allowed to touch it. You can tell how light it actually is. It's fascinating to think that over 100 million Americans can trace their ancestry back to Ellis Island. And this was the room, the registration room, when people get off the boats. They'd get marked whether they're going to New York or they'd be shipped out west, or if they were minors or they had something wrong with them, they would go over to maybe the hospital over there, or some of them could have been sent back. But it's crazy how they must have been feeling when they landed here in America, their new life, and all happened in this hall. And from the end of October until the beginning of March, you can come to Central Park for ice skating. Get my skates. So normally when I've been ice skating, you give your shoes to them and then they give you the skates. But here, they give you the skates and you've got to go and put your shoes in the lockers. And I'm on the ice. Beautiful day for it. This is definitely bigger than the one at the Rockefeller Center, and I actually prefer it as well. It's probably more, it's probably more festive at night. It certainly is cold at the moment in New York, but the sun is still quite strong actually, and it's melting the ice at the edges, so you kind of got to watch out. So after ice skating, I thought, why not go around Central Park? This is a must, but this is one huge park. It feels like you're in the countryside, even though you're in the city. It's got a zoo, it's got a lake. Let's go and check it out. I think it was always my dream to come to Central Park when it was snowing, but I'll take the sunshine. So I'm here, right down the bottom, and you can see just how big it actually is. And if you didn't know, Central Park is man-made. None of this is natural, which is crazy when you think about the size of it. And any fans of the movie Home Alone 2 might recognise that bridge. So another way to get around New York, and probably one of the fastest as well, is by the metro. Today, I'm going to take the metro to Coney Island, which is around about an hour. So I need to take the N train to Brooklyn, and it's as easy as it is like traveling in London. Just use your credit card or your debit card, tap it, and away you go. Come on. So comparing the New York subway and the London Underground, the seats are definitely more comfy on the London Underground. Here on the New York subway, they're plastic. I tell you what, sitting on these plastic chairs for an hour, they don't have hurt your butt. They're not very comfortable. Exit this way. Well, that took around about 50 minutes. Wasn't too bad. Let's go and check out Coney Island, which I think this time of year, bearing in mind it's almost the end of November, is going to be pretty quiet. The beach. And home to the original Nathan's hot dogs. If it's open, I'll try one of those in a little bit. But first, let's check out the beach, the boardwalk, and the famous Coney Island Fair. So it is out of season now, although I do believe the Coney Island Fair is actually open at weekends from the end of the month. Kind of love it that it's out of season though, and how quiet it is. There's the famous Wonder Wheel. Here's the famous boardwalk. Go and check out the beach in just a moment. Hard to believe that's been there since the middle of the 1900s. Beautiful weather today. You don't think of New York and beaches, do you? But actually, New York has some amazing beaches. And as you go all the way around Jamaica Bay and obviously towards Long Island, some of the beaches there are just absolutely beautiful. But the park is going to be open this year from middle of November until early January at weekends. Oh, there is something open. For me, it reminds me a little bit of Southend, especially along the promenade there. But obviously the beach is so much better than Southend Beach. Let's have a walk on the pier. That water's actually still really warm. No swimming today, there are red flags on the beach. Whenever I've seen a photo of Coney Island, I've always seen that in the background. The water's pretty clear. I don't know if you can see that. There's something black there. That's somebody's shorts. What a gorgeous day. And the water is so calm as well. See all those fish down there. So from Central Park, around about 50 minutes on the metro, definitely worth it. So in the summer this place is ridiculously busy, so I'm glad it's quite quiet today. Let's give it a try. That's good. If you'd like to see more of my videos from New York, click on the screen now, give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe. I'll see you next time.